We're live over on the Paranormal Radio app, on the Dark Waters radio channel, plus YouTube, Chasing the Truth, Sean G. Hey, folks, what's going on over there? Let's see. We got, holy cow, we got a few people over here. That is pretty cool. We got Ivy, Sue. Hey, Sue, what's going on? Vulcan, Rick, Sugar Britches, and let's see, Jean Paul, and Silent Rain. Who else is in here? Yeah, there we go. God bless y'all. Let's go ahead and get a prayer. Well, first off, I had heard today from a good friend of mine that one of my followers, a good friend of mine, has passed away today. And Razor Wolf Raymond, Lisa Ray just told me about this earlier today. God bless him and his family. Tim Tam, if you ever do hear this, I've been praying for y'all. And Brother Raymond is no longer with us. He had a long, hard bout, and now he has went on. Buddy, I'll be with you, but shortly. And holy cow, God bless y'all. God bless Raymond and his family. Tim Tam, his bestie, buddy. I'm glad that I had the chance to get to know you. I really am. So, wow. I hate to say that he has passed, but to know that he has passed means that he's no longer in pain and he's somewhere in a better place for sure. So, that being said, God bless him. God bless Tim Tam. God bless Raymond's family, his mother, all his friends, all the folks that are over on Chasing the Truth chat rooms and stuff over on our server on Discord. Let's go ahead and create an invite here and get this dropped in here. If you want to join in over there, we got a bunch of incredible folks that want to be a part of that. But yeah, Raymond, God bless you, buddy. Happy trails, and I'll be with you in a blink of an eye for sure. But let's go ahead and get a quick prayer out of the way. Get this thing going. Humbly ask our Lord Jesus Christ that it be in accordance with your holy will. That all curses, evil, demonic involvement, and or attacks being sent against us be blocked and sent back from whence it came. Please, dear God, bless the following folks: Shelly and Aiden, Amanda and Robert Quigley, Gracie, Julie and Jeff, Sharon Guy, Patrick, Brenda, Julie S., Aaron and Erica, Lakea, Razor Wolf's family and friends, Tim Tam, AJK, Claire Ellis, and all for spiritual support and strength. Please send your angels of mercy and healing and support to each and every one of these folks as you see fit. In Jesus Christ's name, amen. Hey, folks, how you guys doing? Sheldon and Don, what's going on? I just got, I don't know what's going on with my email. I know the email with I Am Dark Waters has been hacked and been moved to another server. I haven't got my new email with Dark Waters set up yet. So if you want to send me an email during this show or after, Chasing the Truth 2018, I'm going to drop it in that there thing here. Hold on just a second. There we go. Email right there. If you want to send that to me. Dark Woods, I got all your emails you sent to me. I don't know why in the world it took so long for it to populate into my email, but hey, it is what it is. I got your email. If he's in the chat, I'll wait till I see he's in the chat. If not, I'll share the pictures out in a little bit. But tonight's open lines 931-994-6917, or you can, if you'd wish, join in with a little link. Hold on just a second. Let's get a little chat thing here going on. Nope. There we go. Let's go here. Copy. If you want to be a part of it, you can drop in. All you have to have is just a microphone. If you want to show us your face, you're lucky to do that, you're welcome to do that too, but keep it at least PG. All right. There you go. But yeah, God bless Raymond and his family. Raymond Razor Wolf, longtime listener. I got at least three, yeah, three Christmas cards from that fella. Lord, I hate that he's no longer with us, but he's no longer in pain. So holy cow! Hey Eugene, what's going on? So what we're doing tonight? I've got a few things that's up on my list to go over. Uh-oh. Well, I'll have to deal with that a little bit later. Hold on just a second. Let me text message somebody. Be right with you. All right, here we go. Let's see. Get that out of the way. David, what's going on? Strange accounts. Hey, brother, what's going on with you? Cool beans. I'll have to set up a time to be on your show one more time, man. Appreciate it. But it has been 192 days since I started doing writing every day for my promise to God for my near-death experience, and I didn't write as much as I usually have to the last couple of 3 days, but it has been such a strange thing. I mean, it's just one of those things that I can write a couple dozen pages without just like that, and some days life gets in the way. Some days my dreams get in the way, and I can't do a whole heck of a lot with what's been given to me in dreams or go back and do whatever. But Sheldon, hey, that's all right. Yeah, I appreciate that. Appreciate that. I appreciated the last conversation too there. Strange accounts. Wow. All I can tell you is it's interesting what I've been doing. Greetings from California. Well, Vulcan, I appreciate you dropping by. Let's go in here and see what's happening. Big Cole, what is going on with you, brother? So what we've got lined up tonight, I've got a few stories. One that's actually pretty pretty silly, but interesting. That hey, you need heads up. You can find most of what I am about ready to talk about either on dogmenencounters.com or Paranormal. Let's see. Oh, geez, where is it? I'll pull it up here in a little bit. Paranormal something or another. Hold on just a second. Make sure I got Paranormal. Oh, I keep forgetting. ParanormalOutlaw.com. I don't know why the outlaw is such a weird thing with me trying to figure out, but ParanormalOutlaw.com. All these are and stories and more are coming from those two particular websites. But yeah, I've got some stuff that's been going on with me. I don't know if you guys had issues with your ears ringing, tinnitus. I thought I had a pretty good handle on what was causing it, and then I related it to the sun. Sure enough, did, especially when a lot of CME stuff popped up and started rolling out, and it kind of got with my headaches too. I don't know if you ever had any kind of headaches or whatever, but yeah, there we go. Well, hold on just a second. Let me find that particular web. Discover the sun's hint. Oh, here we go. That's what I want to look at. But have you ever had ringing in the ears? Yesterday, I woke up, and what woke me up was the ringing in my ears, believe it or not. And turns out that the sun was actually popping off a M class. It had popped up. It was kind of quiet. B class up to slightly below M class into X class, but it was mostly M class. I didn't see an X class in probably a few months. But Vulcan says, my ears ring all the time before someone out of the blue calls me or bump me for a while. Well, I've been having some private conversations with another person about this particular event. 19.1 hertz, the fear factor has been going off since CERN went live. I did not bring up that data, but I've got a bunch of data that winds up. And Sue says, ringing in my ears for a while, now louder lately. Ear ringing is a frequency change, Big Cole says. Yeah, mine kind of waxes and wanes. It goes up and down the scale, and then kind of goes beep, 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 and back and forth. So Gene says, I always have ringing in my ears. Yeah. I don't know what's causing that, but I thought it was solar, but could be a mixture of all kinds. I think maybe some has a little bit to do with it. So here's what I found today. Just to start off the discussion part of this channel. Mysterious vortex waves discovered on the sun hints at new solar physics. So what this is all about, I have been following the sun for a good many years, especially the CMEs. Silence says, wonder if that is contributing to strange feeling sadness. It could be. There's some crazy stuff going on with CERN, definitely with the new physics and stuff that they're doing, new experiments. And there's some fear frequencies. 19.1 hertz has been monitored and noted at lengthy intervals at high decibels, like 38 to 40 decibels from one monitoring person that I've been talking to. Crazy amounts of that. I know that if I've had a weird dream, well, not necessarily, I don't think that's affecting my dreams, but I'll wake up with a ringing in my ears and I'll say, hey, is your ears ringing? Yeah, my ears are ringing off the chain and back and forth, and usually relates to this fear factor crap. But I wanted to go over this particular, there's a new solar physics thing going on. A new type of high frequency acoustic wave discovered propagating on the sun seems to be defying expectations. Waves appear at the surface of the sun as a pattern of swirling vortices moving against the sun's rotation. So instead of it spinning like this, the vortices are spinning against the rotation, which is kind of weird. I'll have to look that up a little bit more. But the discovery, they say, suggesting that there's a new solar physics to be uncovered, as well giving fresh insight on the sun's internal properties and activity. Team scientists by solar physicist Chris Hansen, New York University, and Abu Dhabi study to analyze such data using 24 years of observations from the ground-based Global Oscillation Network Group and 10 years of observations from space-based heliosomatic and magnetic imager. I hope I pronounced that right. That came off pretty easy on my tongue, so I probably butchered the hell out of that. And the data researchers found a very consistent signal with their analysis reveals the presence of previously unseen waves. These formed a pattern of vortices that the surface of the sun and anti-symmetry between the north and the south poles, moving against the solar rotation. So, more or less, the sum up is Hansen says this new, I guess, new to us. Apparently, they've been monitoring this for like 24 years. I dare say they don't know what the sun's doing. And I would dare say a lot of waves, a lot of frequencies coming off the sun, especially. For sure, we're not monitoring or detecting any, just a fine fragment of what's coming off the sun. Heliosomatic, meaning light vibrations. Yes, everything's a frequency from noise to light to radiation. It's all a frequency. There, Jason Brock, for sure. Light emitting, and then we'll get into what can we see and what can't we see versus what's the a dimension we can barely see, or a dimension that's apparently what's the one theory? There's a theory with the bubble universe, which I think I got part of that popped up, but there's all kinds of crazy frequencies. So, do they affect us? Absolutely. There's a lot of sound frequencies that they use in combat now that can make you disarm you to the point where you're buckled over in disorientation. Yeah, they definitely weaponize that. Get you so freaking sick that you lose control of your bowels, your stomach, you just throw up and disoriented to time, place, and whatever. Crazy stuff. But the gist of this whole article here is they've been monitoring a new vortices that's going against the grain. Instead of sun floating this way, turning in this direction, these vortices are going in the opposite direction of the sun at the midway point. So that's interesting to me, anyway. 931-994-6917. This is Open Line Paranormal. I know what I'm talking about is probably not paranormal, but I think it does have something to do with paranormal, with energy, for sure. Future weapons on Discovery Channel. Yep, the future weapons is already here. If they're letting out that they can do something, they've probably been doing it for a good 20 to 30 years. Easy. Heck, how many planes are out and about? The TR-3Bs are almost disclosed, if not disclosed, soft disclosure about we're having those things. Holy cow! Then you got the blackbirds and all this other stuff. If they're hinting at it that they've got it, or they're just coming up with this as a possibility, more likely they've already perfected that technology a long time ago, long before I was born. Easy. Let's see. I was hold on a second. Let me find out what I was reading real quick. I read something yesterday at great length. Took me about 2 hours to read, 3 hours. Colonel Corso. I read his PDF on the books and stuff that he's written, or that one book he wrote. And he was talking about time machines, and then he was talking about viruses and the human body and how to travel in space. And that he had one little blurb about aliens, and that was it. And the rest of it was space travel and viruses and lining new skins on the planes and giving us new skins to be able to. Oh, absolutely agree. 100% advance than they are telling us. Oh, yeah. Even though we're able to talk like we're talking right now, I'm able to, from my bedroom, Southwest Virginia, an old 100-plus-year-old haunted house, able to reach people across the globe, including Sue and Down Under, live. NASA UAP story update. Oh, man. Gotta look at that here. Maybe not right this very second, but yeah, every little freaking thing that happens across the globe happens on my computer or pops up on my computer in RSS feeds. Anybody use RSS feeds anymore, or they just use the freaking apps? I can't. Apps just drive me nuts. If I want to pop up a story, reprogram my app and say, I want you to see these stories instead of these other stories. Well, I got my RSS feeds that look at 200 different points of data, and it's populated every 5 minutes. So I'd rather look at that than some spoon-fed something from an app. But anyway, there we go. So there we are. AJK, what's going on with you, brother? I ain't seen you since the last Saturday night anyway. Next up, let's get off the solar stuff. I thought that would be interesting since my ears are ringing right this very freaking second. All right, next up, Dogman Encounters. Let's see, we got Bigfoot. Oh, now I'll save that for later. But baby werewolf spotted New York subway goes viral, and I've got that story popped up. I think I'll wait till the next hour to go over that particular thing, but we'll do that. Scientists have found a new way to detect alien worlds beyond our solar system. They do that transit method where they look at star sunlight intensity for a given number of time, and then see if it dims or whatnot. And then they figure out, hey, is there a world going across or another body or planet? That's how they've been discovering things. But there is a new radioscope method that they use. You can actually build one in your house. And I was actually, should I build one of these radioscopes? But here is the Jupiter viewed with the VLA 2 centimeters, 12 to 18 gigahertz, and 3 centimeters, 8 to 12, and 4 to 8. Which, that's how they detect. And you can detect Jupiter from your backyard with a radioscope that you can build from your stuff. Sean, wish you were here at the conference. Where at the conference would have been a blast. Yeah, I heard there was like 400 or some people there. Yeah. Fantastic. I think Wolf had a pretty good time there, meeting and greeting everybody, make sure everybody was doing good. From what I understand, it was a fantastic conference. A lot of people had a lot of good stuff to say. There was one controversy, which I'm not going to go over because it's just freaking drama. And I'm one to not do drama, but holy cow. Yeah, I saw that Facebook mess pop up. If you hadn't heard anything, Rothian says conference went well. From what I understand, it went fantastic, flipping well, except for one little old thing, which, if you haven't heard, you can do whatever and look that up pretty quick. But yeah. But there you go. I'm not going to go over freaking drama. That's pissing in the woods, isn't it? Like, all right, there's two men claiming about them pissing in the woods, and that's about it. But anyway, you can build your own radioscope in your backyard and detect, believe it or not, Jupiter. And they found a way to assign a wave pattern to detect planets at greater frequency and greater accuracy on other stars. But this is where this is at with this is from sciencealert.com. Let's go ahead and get this in the chat here. So, excuse me. Yeah, let's see. Roth, it was lots of fun. Me, Bass Truth, Vault, Cat, John had a hell of a good time. Yeah. Not a fan of John, but there you go. Let's see. Hold on just a second. Let me pull up something else real quick. Burn through these pretty quick. 931-994-6917, or you can join in. Let me pop in the link to get in here if you want to be a part of the StreamYard. All you have to do is, follow the little prompts. Share out either your camera. You can share it out or not share it out. But you have to have a microphone to join in. That's up to you if that's what you want to do. See anybody in here? Nope, nobody's in here. I have no clue what John's screen name is, AJK. Used to be associated with Dogman Cams, but he bowed out of that, and that was the last time I heard of him. Other than, I think I heard something about him last couple of weeks anyway. But, yeah, That's all I'm going to say about John. Anyway, there you go. So the next thing up, let's see what. We went over that. Oh, there's a new Ghostbusters cartoon coming out. That's interesting. Cool beans. And let's see. Pop that off. Scientists. Space bubbles could shield Earth from the sun, but would it work? Really? All right. So here's another one. I don't know if you believe in climate change or not. I don't believe a word about climate change other than it every day the temperature changes, seasons change 4 times a year. And carbon dioxide and methane and the main driver of an unprecedented rise. No, it's not really. If you go and look at it on a eon level at the change, usually you get this from ice coring methods. We're doing exactly the same thing as other eons prior to this. So this greenhouse gas stuff is just absolutely bumpkiss. And if they start throwing up temperatures, here's another one. Sue says climate change is a load of BS. If they start throwing temperatures up at you, then ask them, well, where are the sensors at? You know, if it's in New York City or at an airport or where there's a lot of concrete and asphalt, well, temperatures going to be up around those particular monitoring stations. Look at history. The glaciers melted and formed the Great Lakes. Actually, I had this discussion a couple days ago. Famous painting, George Washington going across the Potomac in a boat, and the Potomac was iced over. Yeah, mini ice age. And that was during Washington's time, George Washington. So what caused that particular thing? It wasn't anything that we were doing. So you know, if you look statistically and if you really dig into climate change, actually the entire solar system has been warming up, planet to planet, without a doubt. You go look it up. Have they ever told us the truth? Sheldon says. If they did, it was for their benefit. Period. End of story. They told us truth because it benefited them or whatever to happen. Are man-made, and that's proof. Well, yeah, I would. Last year, if you remember, in 2021, they launched 100 plus secret satellites with secret payloads. And for whatever reason, they decided to say, hey, we are launching these 100 plus satellites into orbit around Earth from different different spacefaring nations. But they neglected to say what those secret payloads were. They were never secret. So, have they miniaturized some tech that has been on the ground for a while, heating up the atmosphere, do weapons, that kind of stuff? I'd say probably real possibility. You'd have to give me information without a doubt to prove in my head that it wasn't something to change the weather with, for sure. But let's see what's going on in here in the chat. Was it Mount Pinatubo that they blew 90s or early 2000s that tossed enough crap in the atmosphere to lower the temp of the whole planet by a degree? Probably. But they also neglect to tell you a bunch of other stuff. Now, what they're trying to do right now with this this particular story, let's get back on task here. Climate change, this particular story is scientists say bubbles, space bubbles, could shield Earth from sun, but would it work? Now, they've done this whole freaking thing with putting black balls into, uh, reservoirs of fresh water to try to limit evaporation, which I guess is all fine and dandy, but I don't think that was exactly what they wanted to do. They put plastic, plastic, plastic that is choking the oceans apparently into fresh bodies of water, and wondering, well, what are we doing here? Anyway, what they're doing is, that's right, space bubbles. The problem is so bad that any attempts to mitigate greenhouse gases emissions may be too little too late. And so the team based at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology have proposed a radical new solution: space bubbles, bubbles in space. So what they want to do is launch these massive bubbles to offset radiation being irradiated by the sun. So what happens if they get up there? Are they going to be able to pop these bubbles? I don't know. It may be so bad that they're not, according to their science, that so much greenhouse gas has already been put into the atmosphere that we're already past a critical moment, according to some of the climate change scientists. The team at MIT argues that it's generally a bad idea because our climate system is so complex, dynamic, and that the inducing artificial factors into the atmosphere itself cannot be reversed. Well, if it's a bad idea, we usually generally do it. So, Lisa Ray, hey, I just told everybody about Raymond Razorwolf. For the folks that have just joined, a longtime friend of the channel, passed away today. Raymond Razorwolf. God bless him and his family. Tim Tam. He's in a whole lot better place. God bless him and his family. I know he's in a better place and he's out of pain. So, best wishes to him, and I'll say another prayer for him and his family and friends. But hey, Hannah, what's going on? Late as usual. Hey, you're just on time. Only been doing this for about 28 minutes. Yeah. Been able to get the first call in. Yeah. So, personally, I'm skeptical. I'm definitely skeptical about this. I'm skeptical about anything that they say is propagating Laura Elizabeth wants to know who passed. A longtime friend of the channel, Razor Wolf, just passed today. His name's Raymond. He sent me a bunch of, been friends for about 2.5, 3 years, give or take. God bless his family. He passed away today. I'm not going to release what he passed away of, but he was in a lot of pain. But he definitely, God sent that he had to go through all this, and his pain's over with, and God bless him and his family. Tim Tam, his best friend. Prayers to you, and hopefully you can get through this moment of sadness, but we know that he's in a better place. So there you go. Barbie says God called him home. He definitely did. But we're talking about this crazy idea of putting space bubbles in between us and the sun to block the radiation from the sun. So one thing is, if they do this crazy idea of putting solar shields up, are they're going to be able to militarize this particular thing? If they're going to be able to block it, can they focus it? Can they focus this solar radiation? It's all fine and dandy until you kind of wonder, well, if they put this crap up there, what can they do? What can they militarize it as? Yeah. Honestly, I think this is a bad idea. And one of my favorite sayings is, if they want to be able to do something, they're going to do the worst possible thing they could possibly do. And yes, our Razor Wolf was a super trooper and fought hard and a good fight. I actually looked at my last message to him, the last message he sent to me via Tim Tam sent me at his request. He was a super trooper, buddy. Last time he and I talked was probably late last year. He popped on a live stream within my Discord server. He had a wild way of looking at things. I enjoyed talking to that fellow. He was just one of those special kind of breeds of souls that once you met him, there wouldn't be another fellow like him. You knew for sure that was him. But yeah, back to that, and we'll parting prayer. I'll mention Raymond Razor Wolf again. But yeah, that fellow was just a fantastic guy, without doubt. And I'm glad to have called him my friend. And I'm proud to say that he called me his friend. So now that in itself was a blessing. Period. But yeah, the space bubble crap. Yeah, shield the Earth. They're going to shield it, or they're going to focus these freaking rays at us. I dare say that might not been mentioned in this thing, but I dare say that they possibly could, for sure. To militarize, so the countries that are the new world order that pops up and says, "Hey, I've got this under control." Well, let's freeze or heat somebody up. Yeah, that's just me saying it. All right, let's see what else we got here. Before Bigfoot, let's go over Dogman Encounters. Before Bigfoot, they were called wild men, and then for whatever reason, they've got Dogman included in here. I have actually looked at. Do I have that up? I don't have that up, but there was an old. Hannah says it's a terrible idea. Yeah, leave it to the powers that be. They usually go at the wild, crazy ideas that mean the worst. For sure. And should I? No. I'm not going to get into the craziness with the virus of unknown origin, China. Not going to get into that. But yeah. Corey Kell, what's up, Maniacs? We're talking about right now the wild men. Actually, they were I guess they were called wild men in the papers, but around here, back in the days, my general area in Kentucky, Southwest Virginia, Northeast Tennessee, West Virginia, Eastern or Western North Carolina, South Carolina, they were all calling them boogers until Finding Bigfoot come in the area, and they kind of took over and called them wood boogers. But man, they were always called boogers in my neck of the woods. Catamounts. But yep, there we go. So Bigfoot, before Bigfoot, they were called wild men, and this was definitely not a Bigfoot. That kind of looks like something's back of Vault's old yard. Those skeptical chances of hairy men phenomenon is actual, usually level to the truth. Oh, this is. Why do I have this? Oh, I forgot. This particular source goes back to something. I think what's happened is whoever populates this particular thing uses kind of a weird copy-paste method to change the wording around a little bit. But, basically old school, wild men were called Bigfoot, Sasquatch, hairy apes, stinky apes, and dogmen for whatever reason. Everywhere you look, you see dogmen everywhere. I'm not exactly sure. Just want to say I appreciate so much. Well, Lisa, I appreciate you for keeping me up on Raymond's condition. And I appreciate you. God bless you for keeping me abreast of the situation with him. So, Woolly Booger, AJK says. So anyway, so what are well, long story short, let's go down to the chat here over on Chasing True Shanji. What do you what have you heard locally, wherever you are? What were they called regionally with you? You know, like Lisa. You know, what they called down in Florida? Gene, Silent, Rain, Corey Cole. That booger looks like he does a lot of incline bench presses. Well, I had heard one story. What was it I heard last night? There was a new story from FBI agent uh, down in Florida, of all places, that had a half man, half werewolf scenario. Looked like he was to our whole family, not a whole family, about 6 men down in Florida. You know, I'm kind of paraphrasing because I only watched the thing once, but very muscular. Swamp ape, skunk ape, parts of Florida. Yep, Lisa, absolutely. Boogers around here, Bigfoot, very rarely Sasquatch, but my grandmother always referred to them as boogers. And Rougarou, Ragaroo, AJK down in Louisiana. Uh, all right. Well, good night to you, Laura. Just sent me a text message. Appreciate you listening in. So, let's see. They're waiting on command, Sheldon. Let's see. Yowie, hairy men here in Australia. First Nation people have many names in different areas. Bigfoot generally is spoken of around here. Well, around here is definitely boogers. At wood booger crap, I was like, wood booger? Oh, okay. Finding Bigfoot coming into the Bristol, Tennessee, Virginia area a few years ago. And thank God, the only good thing that came out of that was Wood Burger Grill up in Norton, Virginia from here. And they've got awesome, I'm not paid by them. I've never eaten there, but I've heard a lot of people say that it's awesome. I plan on eating there sooner or later. So, yeah, Wood Burger Grill, Norton, Virginia. And there's a festival, a Wood Burger Festival in Norton, that they kind of put it off because of this COVID crap. I think next year, I just saw that they were going to probably have that in Norton, Virginia. So if I'm still doing this next year, still alive next year, I'll probably be at that. So definitely, let's see if I can find that real quick. Wood Booger Festival, Norton, Virginia. There, Go has it right there. The official government, Norton, Virginia government. Wood Booger Festival. It's off not this year, but next year they'll probably, from what I saw over on their Facebook page, probably have it next year. So a lot of Bigfoot Wood Booger stuff. The Wood Booger statue is incredible. I've been over there a couple, 3, 4 times. TC, hey, hun, I ain't seen you in a hot minute. What is going on with you? But if this occurs next year over in Norton, Virginia, I'll probably be there at that Wood Booger Festival. It's been off for the last 3 years for now COVID reasons, but there you go. God bless you. Hey, what is going on, Marie? I ain't seen you in a while. What is up with you? 931-994-6917. Just talking about random things. First off, here's an interesting thing. If you ever heard about where Dogman Bigfoot, the whole shebang, has been talked about, England, Dorset, England. For the fine folks that may be still with us in Dorset, England, all that place. Have you heard of, let's see, hair braiding Bigfoot and more? Ever heard of Bigfoot braiding hair? Apparently that's a thing over in England and around the United States and up in Canada. But yeah, that is another thing. And apparently, they kind of co-opted this and said it was a magical thing, which I'm not exactly sure that's a magical thing, but hey, whatever that is. But Bigfoot's breeding horse manes over in Dorset, England, and around the United States and other places. Let's see. Sue, have you ever heard of Yowie braiding manes of horses? Now, I have heard of little people up in Canada braiding little children's hair and adopting them, and that was the way to tell the First Nations people that, hey, we have identified this is our child. Special braids on their hair. Anecdotal story up there with that particular story with braiding kids' hair. The family decided to move off of the reservation up there. But as they were moving off, a curse was put upon them as they were moving off the reservation. They wrecked and killed the whole family, including the child with the special braid by the little people cryptids up there. Sue says, "Not no, Sean, not to hear, but I have heard of this. What are you sharing?" Well, I'll just say Bigfoot apparently is braiding hair, horse mane, more or less, across the globe. Apparently not down under, but definitely in Dorset, England. And I had heard it a few anecdotal stories across the United States and Canada. And I was just relating a hair braiding instance by the little people cryptids up in Saskatchewan, I believe it was, or man, I believe it might have been in Manitoba, but I can't get any more specific than that because the fellow that told me said don't share any more than Manitoba, and I just said okay, Manitoba it is. But there you go. The Nun UPI. Okay, that's cool. And got a text message saying they're also known to do other things with horses as well. So I would dare say probably true. Have you heard any other anecdotal stories about what they're doing with horses besides braiding hair? Bigfoot are rearing their pets for equestrian shows, probably horsemen. I don't know. Unless it's a Clydesdale. I wouldn't think a 1,000-pound Sasquatch jumps on the back of a regular sized horse, probably break the back of a horse, unless it's a Clydesdale. May be able to ride a Clydesdale, but then again, I'm just shooting from the hip here. Maybe the braids are easier to hold on to. So who knows? I don't know. So have you heard of anything like that? Crystal, what's going on? Glad to see you around. Crystal says, heard some horse stuff, but not nice. What kind of horse stuff have you heard? We're into not nice tonight. Might as well, let that one go. And did I drop the link? I think I dropped the link. Pretty sure I dropped the link. Did I drop the link in the chat? Yep, I did for this particular one. You can find this over on dogmanencounters.com. Probably did. So there you go. Jason said maybe the braids are easier to hold on to. Probably. Oh, wow. I just got a text message that they kind of pleasure themselves on horses. I had heard, who was that lady that called? But it was a Dogman related story that they were messing with horses and scaring horses. But just got a text message. They rape horses and no other nice way to put it. Yeah, well, might as well say that. Hopefully the robot gods of TikTok doesn't take that, or not TikTok, shit. Where am I? over on Paranormal Radio app and YouTube. Don't take that and say, what the heck is Sean talking about? Well, too late. I already said the R word, so there you go. In context, I probably just blackballed my live stream just now, but that's all right. They wouldn't pay me anyway, so. Sheldon says, "God, got to run. Love y'all. God bless you too, Sheldon. Appreciate it." So, that being said, probably just ruined my live stream for the night saying the R word, but hey, whatever goes on with that, that's all right. You know what I was saying, and there you go. Strange Accounts podcast. Hey, if I'm going to say the wrong thing, I'm probably going to say it. So. Hold on just a second. I've got is Dark Woods. Has anybody seen Dark Woods tonight? I ain't seen them. But I'm going to go ahead and share what he has sent to me. He tried to send this to me in open attachments, open with preview app. There we go. This is from Dark. No, I do not want to increase that thing. Let's go ahead and stop sharing this and share this. Dark Woods was sending me this particular thing. One second. Let's see if I can change this orientation. There we go. And then go back here. There we go. Share this out. And this was from Dark Woods from the last show he sent. So there you go. I have no clue what the heck that is. If he's in the chat, make my accent thicker and I can say whatever the hell I want. I can make my accent just as thick as thieves around here in the South. But it kind of sounds strange coming out of my mouth. Now, if I was talking to somebody from, say, Money Hun Holler, which it's been a hot minute since I've done that. Yep, I am in the middle of the show. So, absolutely. Somebody saying, are you in the middle of a show? Yep, I'm in the middle of the show. That's two people I've had to tell. So, hopefully they'll make their way over here. That is a muddy chow. Is that a muddy chow? I have no clue what that is. That's from Dark Woods. So I've got another one. Hold on just a second. Actually, I got about 3. Here's another picture. Open with preview app. Now, this is you probably put this as a mural on the back of a pickup truck if you could paint this. Hold on just a second. Let's stop sharing. And then share this one out. If you're a redneck like me, there you go. Paint that mural on the back of your truck right there. What kind of a dog is that? A dog, or what kind of a beast is that? I'm a thinking. That might be Dark Woods. I'm pretty sure that might be Dark Woods because this is directly from Dark Woods. He sent this into email from whatever, and email is having a heck of a time getting crap to me. Looks like a short-faced wolf, Lisa says. Look at teeth. If anybody knows Darkwood, send him a text message or hold on a second. Oh heck. Let me see if he'll respond and say, hey, I'm sharing this. Let me reply to him real quick. I'm live and sharing your pics now. Care to join in? Thanks. Sean. If you want to know how I pronounce my name, it's Sean, not Sean. Sean. Well, I say my name, but that is what it is. Hyena was shot in Africa. Oh, okay. So that's a hyena from Africa? Seriously? Holy cow. That is a striped hyena. Well, that would probably make it something weird. Something weird for sure. And let's show the last little old thing here. Actually, I got two others. Open attachment with preview app and stop sharing that one. Here is the paw of this beast, since it's probably a hyena from what I'm seeing in the chat. Nope. Right there. Right there. That's the one I want to share. That's a big ass paw. Just like people can be giants, maybe animals can be same situation. No L. A lady. Hey, happy hours in the house. Look at that fella right there. Where are you in Florida still? Or are you moving about there, happy hour? Noelle, she goes by Creature Teacher. She is a zoologist. I've had her on my show once. We were talking about apex predators moving into otherwise unpopulated by apex predators area, so that they can grow up to 30+% larger, just moving into a new area where they never had a population there before. So, Shelly, hey, what's going on there? Good to see you. You missed out. Was talking about frequencies earlier, and my ears ringing, which they are still freaking ringing through the earphones. But call in 931-994-6917, or you can text the same freaking message, or send me an email, Chasing Truth 2018. My Dark Waters email was hacked, and they moved to a new server and haven't got my new freaking email set up with iamdarkwaters.com. But iamdarkwaters.com is back up and running. There is some hiccups and stuff with the iamdarkwaters.com subscription stuff. But if you go over to Dark Waters channel, he gave a new update today. Give him a hot minute. Send him a iamdarkwaters email. Just one, not a bunch of spamming stuff. But there you go. Let's see. What's this one from Jason? Means likely that the huge ass wolves in Appalachian, since the government in their infinite wisdom reintroduced them. Probably from Noelle, Creature Teacher, that I had on my show about 2 years ago. She gave an excellent impromptu UFO sighting with her ex-boyfriend, but said that an apex predator like a wolf, not a dire wolf, gray wolf, timber wolf, stuff like that moves into the area, they can grow up to 30+% bigger than they normally would, just because they don't have any other competition. Barbie brought it up on Coast to Coast AM show. Cool. Linda Godfrey, God bless her. So, wolves have been in the U.S. for thousands of years. They're far better at managing their prey population than humans. Absolutely, but you move a wolf into an area where they've never been before, or have been moved out, and they move back in for like introductions, like was said by Jason. They'll grow about 30% bigger. So you'll get a huge ass wolf out of that. And let's see. Let me go back here and bring up the last screenshot. That was sent in by Darkwoods. All these are by Darkwoods to give the appropriate heads up. Open up. Preview app. Just to show you how big this freaking wolf's, stop sharing, bite is, mouth is. And here it is. There you go. That's a big ass freaking whatever hyena. Striped hyena from another country. Which made Art Bell mad, said they sold out the companies. Nah. Any way to make money power. Money is usually trumped by power. Power play, ego. Usually, ego outspends money without a doubt. And Hannah says, took my son and he tried to turn the whole trip into a Bigfoot hunt. Never again, y'all. A Bigfoot hunt. So he's Bigfoot crazy, eh? I could probably point you in a Bigfoot area. And actually, probably about 15 miles from here. Up on Crane's Nest or High Knob area here in Southwest Virginia, you can definitely find Bigfoot around these areas. And probably there was a Dogman account over on Highway 58 from between here and Wise County and Kentucky border. There was a Dogman encounter documented by Denver Michaels in his book, one of his books. Barbie says, I'm on the fence about this picture. I want to see the DNA test first. Well, you can't test everything by DNA because it's pretty freaking expensive, but for purposes of all these pictures that I've been showing the last few are from Dark Woods. If he ever pops in the chat, I'll give him prompts for that. But he sent this to me last Saturday show. And for whatever reason happened, it didn't get to me. Actually, it popped up in my junk folder days after. Actually, I found him this morning. I was looking in my junk folder yesterday, and it went there. And for whatever reason, they just popped up. And these are days old. Crazy as it is. But there you go. Stop sharing. So let's go ahead and pop in the link to StreamYard. If you want to pop in and be a part of the StreamYard environment, all you have to have is a microphone. You don't have to show your face. But if you want to show your face, you can go right ahead. Show your pretty little face like I have been doing for the past how many shows. Ross says, where I live, they have been historically a lot of Bigfoot living around here, and one Dogman sighting not 15 miles from a few years back. Well, the Dogman sighting that I'm aware of, that's chronicled by Denver Michaels in his book, one of his books, was, I'd say about 10 miles, 15 miles, give or take, 20 at most. Apparently, Dogman was trying to get somebody out of a car that was pulled off the side of the road for whatever reason. But there you go. Barbie says, where Bigfoot is, there be other monsters. For sure. About 30 miles due east of me, or west, excuse me. West is Hellier, Kentucky. As the crow flies. You know, it takes about 45 minutes to get to Hellier from where I am on the roads that are built right now. But if you could fly, it's about 30 miles west of me. And there's two documentaries about Hellier, Kentucky, and the crazy cryptids that are over there. And the UFOs, there's all kinds of UFO sightings over Hellier. Little video, it's not even a town. It's just one little red light with a gas station and a grocery, well, not grocery store, actually a convenience store. And it's just a little bitty old community. Hellier, yep, Hellier, Kentucky. And when I first heard about the thing on Prime, and I watched both of them. First season was pretty good, and then they got into the metaphysics and stuff and started summoning stuff, and I was like, that's enough of that crap. I don't want to watch any of that stuff. But you know, some of the oldest witch covens in Virginia are from my area, actually, believe it or not. But there you go. Saw those docs, really creepy and interesting. They went to some cave. If we're talking about the Hellier, Kentucky documentaries for 2 seasons over there. Went in there, started trying to summon. I think they had, was it elves they were trying to summon or something over there in the cave, and I was like, I'm out of there. Once they started using magic, I'm done with that crap. So let's see. Bell Witch is not that far from me, for sure. What Bigfoot Dogman had babies? That would mean they could have babies with people too. with the right blood type. Well, I'm kind of wondering if the dogmen and the Bigfoot are not all automatically been manipulated. Chimera kind of crap. If you remember back last year, a Senate bill that was put down tried to make it illegal to do chimeras in the United States. Before full disclosure on my behalf, I thought it was illegal to do chimera DNA water testing science in the United States. I thought they had to do that offshore dogfoots. Dogfoots. But I forgot what the bill's number was, but it was voted off Senate floor. So it is technically 100% legal to mix human DNA with whatever the hell they want to and make a chimera out of it in the United States. And I said this earlier in the show, if they are hinting that they can possibly do it, that they're trying to research the science, they've probably been doing it for about 3 or 4 decades, if not 50 years. Colonel Corso, I read his some of his papers yesterday, 170 some pages of it actually, and he was referencing space travel in it, also adapting skins on adapting humans with new skins. And I was like, he's talking about DNA research in the 50s, folks. DNA research in the 50s. And Ross says he is not putting any coverings yet, but I first sift through the Wiccans in my state to find the real witches. It's like sensitives. Everybody's a sensitive, or they're what's the new one? Reiki masters. You go over on say Twitter. Everybody's a Reiki master over there. If you have anything to do that you're kind of sensitive or being able to do whatever, you probably got Reiki master on there. Oh, how the hell you become a Reiki master? I don't know. I know a couple people that claim they are. Lisa said, heard Russians do experiments with humans and apes. They've been doing that since the or 2 days, or 1 days actually. They were trying to impregnate a woman by an ape. How they were doing that, I don't know. It was back in Stalin days. Maybe that's what separates some of us. I don't know. TikTok has them all. TikTok is an interesting platform, that's for sure. Oh my God. I've seen some stuff. I was like, why in the hell am I seeing this? And then I figured out how to get a lot of that stuff off of TikTok is not interested. Hit the not interested button, and that gets rid of a bunch of junk. Bloody Mary popped up on my For You page quite a bit until I was like, well, it's all right until, okay, all right. I like Bloody Mary. I've interviewed her, but I've seen too much of her. So I said, I'm not interested in seeing her anymore on my For You page. So got her off, and then a bunch of other stuff starts piling on. I have been, I don't know, cooking videos on TikTok is interesting. So I see some stuff. I'm thinking, what did I like for this to be on my For You page? Yeah, there's some stuff that I'm at a, what the hell did I punch to say I like that? And then I get this, what language do you recognize? What language do you understand? I was like, English as always. I never said anything else. But there you go. Lisa Ray says, I like Bloody Mary and Grey Goose. Well, back in the day, yeah, I see that. Send me all the cooking stuff you want. Look up golden blood type. RH no. I am aware of the golden blood type. It is very rare. I'm O negative, by the way. So actually, I was told that several times. So I was given, I don't know how many pints of blood in the hospital. For whatever reason, the stuff that I was infected with till I lost my leg, the necrotizing fasciitis flesh eating disease liked the hell out of my blood. So they gave me a ton of blood while I was in the hospital. Even when I was in full recovery mode and was out of isolation. I was in isolation room for an entire 3 months, but there you go. OH negative, and they were like, "Man, you're going to have." Wish you was a different type, then we could give you another type plus OH negative, but we're forced to give you OH negative since you're OH negative. All right, or O negative, O negative, OH. Jeez whiz, O negative. So there you go. Lisa Ray, O positive. Supposedly that blood type isn't like Colt 45. Well, I don't know. Then you get into the sanguine blood or vampires and what they like and what they don't like. But there you go. 931-994-6917. Open lines. If this doesn't turn out to, if I get 3 in a row that I'm not, I'll quit doing open lines over on this channel. So, and just keep it over there and just do whatever. But open lines 931-994-6917. Either text me or call me on that freaking number. But there you go. Usually it doesn't take us long to get somebody to call in. Do I scare you guys? Or is it the accent? I used to be able to do an Australian accent there for a while. You're going to call in now? All right there. We'll get her going. But Marie, if you want to call in, go right ahead. And then, or immortals placed on a planet, true star seeds. So I'm trying to figure out what makes them different too. I actually, no, I won't get into that. That's too off topic. But it had to do with my near-death experience. So. And I'm trying to not talk about my near-death experience so much on my live shows, but I may do next Wednesday. I'll do a whole near-death experience again. But you never know. I haven't done a near-death experience show. Totally. Here's Marie. Give me just a second, Marie, and get you popped in here. All right, Marie, you're live on the air. What are you doing?
Oh, not too much. I saw a pair of angel wings on my mirror this morning.
Oh, man. How'd you get those there?
Well, they were after my shower, the steam coming off the shower.
Mm-hmm.
I like my showers hot, so that's what happened. And I saw the angel wings.
So did you associate seeing the angel wings with anything in particular, or just that it was just a happenstance?
I associated it with my mother who passed away like in March.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she passed away in March. My mom did.
Wow. Well, yeah, I remember you saying she passed away in March. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Did you hear about Razor Wolf passing away today, Raymond?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I was so worried about him.
Well, he's in a better place, and hopefully I know he's not hurting now. Yeah, so he's definitely in a better place. That was a fantastic fellow. He looked at the world through a different kind of eyes, a different kind of soul. You just met somebody special. You can talk to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's been happening with you besides finding angel wings on your mirror?
Oh, that's about it. I'm usually really nervous when I call shows and stuff. Not with you, Sean.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I'm
Yeah,
glad that you're not nervous.
I used to be, and I called Art Bell twice
Oh, you
before.
did. Ah.
I did.
I
He
got
loved
all.
it when I called him.
Oh, really? So, what'd you call him about?
Yeah. Well, I called him about an alien experience I had.
Well, I'd like to hear it. Can you tell us that?
Yeah, sure. Okay, when I was 8, I think 8 or 9, I was taken by aliens and then brought back to my bedroom. Yeah, done something to my arm because when I woke up, there was blood everywhere in my on my arm, my right arm,
Okay.
and I don't know what happened. I have no memory of being near the bed. I have no memory of getting out of the bed, but I was across the room in my window, staring out the window when I woke up.
So, besides the blood, was anything else different after that?
Yeah, me being in a different position, like I was facing the window and my bed was across the room.
You was facing, and your bed was across the room, so something physically moved your bed from the.
Yeah, no, I physically moved me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
one of the aliens must have done that. I don't know.
Wow. So, do you remember anything about being abducted at all during when they actually was in possession of you?
I remember a light and then I was out.
Remember a light? What
I
color was the light?
white,
White.
like a bright. I don't know if it was a flashlight that they were using. I don't know if it was a ship light,
Mm-hmm.
but my I have a friend who was an abductee, just like me. Um, well, I don't know if I should say her name. I know it's a she now, but she used to be a male.
Oh,
Used to be a
okay.
male, but yeah.
All right. So
And
what
I wrote
about?
the header about that.
So what about?
Well,
What about that particular story with this
well,
person?
he remembers more than I do.
Oh, so he was abducted with you.
Yes.
Okay. So what did he remember that you didn't?
That the alien was a red color, like a reptilian color, but it was red.
All right.
And that's what we named the alien, nicknamed him, or
Red.
it. It.
Wow.
To me, it was really, really scary.
So did you have any of those little implants that they keep talking about?
I don't know. I have no idea if I have an implant, but I thought I did, but maybe I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't remember much.
So that's one conversation you had with Art Bell. What was the other conversation?
A joke. A very good joke. A ham radio operator joke.
Okay, well, let's hear about it. I like to hear about it.
Okay, what did the ham operator say when he fell off his ham operator tower?
Don't know.
Ouch, that megahertz.
Megahertz.
Yes, it's that cute.
Yeah,
A
that's
cute
pretty
one,
cute.
Sean.
Oh, well, Shelly says that her alpha entity alien was reddish brown. Well, that's interesting.
Ooh,
Ooh.
yeah.
So ready. Or so you called him red. Really?
Yeah, we called him Red, yeah. That's what he and I called him. It.
It.
And it was not very nice to us. Me or him.
Mm-hmm. So what
Trying to get
so why what was he trying to do, or this alien trying to do?
trying to make us look in his eyes. And we did not look in its eyes.
Okay.
trying to hypnotize us so we wouldn't know what was going on, what he was trying to do. Trying to do experiments. That's what he was doing.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, did you have any dreams afterwards about this experience, or no?
Yes, I did. I did. A
Okay.
little, some dreams, and then I went, what? So I would wake up in my bed all scared. I was only 9 years old, so of course I ran in my mom's room after that night. Refused to sleep in my bed.
Oh. AJK wants to know if you're a ham operator.
Yes, I am.
Oh, really? I did not know that about you, Marie. Wow.
Yes, I am.
That's cool.
I have the stream pause, so
So,
I
what's
can't
your.
hear myself.
Oh. So, what. What's your handle on ham radio?
Would you believe it's Kilo? It's KI7ODD. I'm the odd one.
ODD. Kilo S7 ODD.
No, I7.
I7. Oh, okay. You're the odd one.
Yes.
Okay. I got you. I got you.
Yep.
That's cool. That's cool. I did not know that about you. That is
Yeah.
awesome.
I'll let you go so other callers can call in.
Well, I appreciate you calling in.
You too.
All right. See you.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya. Bye.
That was Marie, a long-time listener. I've known her since, long before I started doing this old show stuff. Good God, that's what, almost 5 years plus, Marie? Something like that. Interesting. Yeah, I thought she would say Sweet Marie. Yeah, Sweet Marie. Yeah, she's definitely a Sweet Marie. AJK is KI58 Ha. K15 Ha. That's cool. That's cool. There for a while, I almost went and got my ham operator's license. My dad did. I don't know why I didn't follow in suit with him, but a buddy of mine, when I was still working for a living, we talked about going on and becoming ham operators, but didn't do that. But you're welcome to have the stream muted. Well, unmute yourself there, Marie. Thank you for calling in. 931-994-6917, or you can text that number, whatever you want to do. Or you can email me at chasingthetruth2018@gmail.com. My Dark Waters email is offline for right now until I get with DW and get well, the server was hacked and we had to change servers, and I just haven't got my new access for the new server yet. Hopefully I'll get that in the next day or two. We'll see that. Hotel. There you go. Fiber. That is cool. So we got a couple of ham operators, not 2 or 3 ham operators in there. Hurricane Hugo, September 9th, 89. 89. That's when I graduated high school, believe it or not. That's about the exact date I was graduated high school in. No. I graduated high school. It was 89 for sure. I don't know what month, but 89 was the year I graduated high school. Way back when. So there you go. All right, next up. Now that we've got the whatever stuff is going. Dang old man. Yeah, I am freaking old. That's for sure. Can't complain about that. All right. So here's something that popped up on dogmenencounters.com or Dogmen Encounter without the S.com. Yeah, hold on just a second. Let's pop this up. June. Okay. So, all right. Let's share this thing out and get a discussion going. Have you ever heard of a werepup? Dogman pup? Werewolf pup? Have you ever heard anything like that? Well, according to baby was spotted, werewolf spotted on New York subway goes viral, and here's a picture of that thing. Actually, I sent a picture. Not this particular picture, but the one of the subway. Hold on just a second. Let's baby werewolf. There we go. I sent this picture to Bass Mayhem and over there on Messenger, and he sent back WTF. What is that? Well, first I didn't know other than I was like, that's a pretty cool picture. I knew it was fake. But I said, that's a pretty cool picture. Send it to Bass. And I thought, well, first off, I thought, well, maybe it's just a elaborate freaking COVID mask or whatever. But no, this is actually comes from wearpups.com. You can buy these freaking things like you would buy a doll. These are doll. If you want to go buy a doll, here it is. If you want to buy it, however you. Well, it's pretty freaking lifelike. Original real werewolf baby. Well, it looks pretty. I don't know. That is kind of crazy, kind of cool. They look like those monster baby dolls from Etsy. But there you go. You go to wearpups.com and get your very own whatever the heck you want to do that. Have you seen the Avatar babies? They kind of look freaky too. That one, oh my God. No. I'd probably buy one for a gag gift. I wonder how much these things are. Oh, there's a. How much are these things? Probably prohibitively expensive. Adoptions. Order. Well, let's go down to order here. Coming summer 2021, so they're here. Before you adopt. $650. A 5-inch pocket pup is $150. 7-inch pocket pup, female only, is $300. And then you get your add-ons, which is from tail to magnet implants, $20, and glass eyes, $30, silicone body, $300, $1,000 for a 25-inch big wear pup, $1,000. 18-inch one is $650. Ay. Would you pay $650, $300 for something like that? The pack. Let's see. Specials. Robert England has his wear pup. Yeah, I'm not a. Nope. That's the whole new thing. Okay, the gallery. Let's see what these look like. This is the first of his kind. Nope. Toby litter. That's kind of crazy looking. I can you imagine this? Somebody buy one of these freaking things and then put that out and say, hey, I've got a werewolf. I would probably say, no, they can eat the ugly dolls. Nope, too much. AJK says, I wanted one till I heard the prices. And I said, hell no. All right, well, $300 looks like well, there was a $100 one. Let's go to the pack adoption order. What was it again? $650, $150. You get a 5-incher. I'm not exactly sure about that, but 5-inch worth of pocket pups. Kind of sounds a little bit sleazy. $150 is the cheapest that you can get in on these things. Up to $1,000 plus whatever add-ons you want. You can find a $20 tail for one of them. So $1,000, $20, $1,000, $40. Magnet implants for pups, kitties, and pups. And then glass eyes, you add another $30. Silicone body, pups only, 25-inch. So $1,300 high end. $1,400 with all the add-ons, tail, and crap like that. Porcelain. Have you seen the white blue willow porcelain dolls? They're crazy looking. Nope, I have not. Put it in a baby stroller. probably crazy. Let's see. Where pups? Nope. Where pups? Asia Erickson's. Where pups? Oh, so this is how they make them. Yeah. That's the next best thing. Who was it that went Bigfoot hunting with their son? I believe it was Hannah. Hannah, show this to your son since he was Bigfoot hunting. Maybe he wants one of these little pups here. There you go. Let's see, gallery. Moses. There's a Moses pup. Now that just looks like freaky weird. All right. Oh, you got a YouTube. I'm gonna pop the YouTube video in there. Whoever wants to look at these things, here's the YouTube thing here. If you want to, the one I just popped up here, and if you want, again, here is the Where Pups link. If you really got at least $600 to spend. Devil baby attack. I wish I could post that, but nope, I have not seen that one particular. But there you go. Let's see. Gwen Stefani makes surprising appearance in Midland, Michigan. That's interesting. Barefooted visitor. Bigfoot kind. Okay, let's see what the Bigfoot kind looks like. Is that Bigfoot? Where's this at? Fireside was on my proper. Yeah. I guess this is actual. That's just wolf prints. That ain't nothing. Son, they just want to write anything they want to write about that's out of the usual. You know, what got my blood boiling when I was hunting and stuff was seeing a frickin' either rattlesnake, copperhead, a bear paw print, or actual bear sign. Or if I saw any kind of had to do with moonshiners traps. That was the big thing. When my dad was teaching me how, go hunting, he said, this is what you need to look out for. So he, made sure I could identify a few things. One was bear paw prints, snake trails. Let's see, what else was it? He kind of helped me identify squirrel prints and stuff, but that wasn't really anything of other than this cluster of nuts and shit down at the, excuse my, I'm trying not to cuss on air. Excuse my language there. Definitely, but the big thing was he made sure that I looked up. So never, always, make sure that you're, had 360 view around you, but also look up in trees. And if you get too close to a pot growing site, which there was many around here, I can remember there was a helicopter that buzzed my house when I was a teenager. That is weird. I didn't really put that together. There was a spot probably about 5 miles west of here, up on the side of a mountain, that my dad warned me off of. There was a holler that went up there was a place that had a fresh water spring that, the owners piped that fresh water into a rain barrel, and I loved that. Was the best taste of water ever. And I didn't think about this until just now, for whatever reason, when I mentioned the pot growing operations. There was a helicopter that buzzed my house for about 30 minutes and went around and went up into the holler, which my dad warned me about. I thought, well, is there a pot growing operation, or was there a moonshine growing or moonshine still operation up through there? Which I think might have been both. Now that I think about it, that is crazy weird. Crazy weird what you remember, just offhandedly, but that is just one of those things. Yeah, looking up is definitely, you got to watch out, but definitely watch around 360. But you know, one of the booby traps left by illegal pot growers and moonshiners was to put fish hooks right at eye level. One of the things was he always said, never reverse your bill of your hat. That was one of the things my dad always told me. He said, once you go out, if you go out in the woods, always have your bill pointed forwards. And I said, why? I said, because some idiots will put fish hooks in the tree lines to, get you away from their still site or their pot grown site or whatever else. Ginseng patches. Those police helicopters are no joke. Absolutely. I've seen a lot of fisticuffs and firefights over ginseng patches. Yeah, that is absolutely top dollar. One of the things that my sister actually dealt with the ginseng there for a while. She was one of those ginseng buyers where ginseng hunters would come, and she actually did that for a little while. We actually had a discussion one time after I lost my left leg, and I really didn't know anything about ginseng. I knew how to identify ginseng in the wild, and knew it was you could, pretty much if you spent a day in the ginseng patches I was aware of, you probably make $1,000, $2,000 easy off of wet ginseng. But Dad, it wasn't nothing for him to go out, spend. That was how he made his that little extra cash. He'd make 15,000, give or take. Well, not necessarily. $10,000 is 10 to 12. I would dare say he made a little bit more because my dad always kind of fidgeted on the numbers a little bit, but he was always doing some side deals or whatever. Yep, they sure can, Barbie. Absolutely, they can read your paper. They can read your paper from space. Actually, that is the weird thing about that. But certainly. So let's see. Alleged. Oh, this is another one. If you go to, there is who is this? A YouTuber by the name of Peter Caine, Caine, which I want to pop this link in there, has apparently a head of a frozen Bigfoot. And here it is there. Apparently, this was frozen in 1953. Proof of Sasquatch existence. I'm not exactly sure if I believe it or not, but I have seen this guy on YouTube a couple times. But there you go. Is this showing up on my thing right here? Just to make sure. Yeah, there you go. Absolutely. Now, I'm not exactly sure if this is a real thing, but you did like a 360. This is probably from the side view of an eye socket. And the remnants of possibly an eyeball after 50 years of being frozen. Teeth, hair. Yeah. That's probably. Yep, right there. Yeah, that's what I want to look at. The anatomy where the head was decapitated is what I want to look at a little bit now that I'm looking at it. See if it's anything like I would think. I don't know. Since I'm a respiratory therapist, I pretty well knew what the upper airway was. Throat, the anatomy of the spinal columns and the throat muscles and the tongue and stuff. So that's what I'm looking at right now. Am I expert at this? Nope. Did I need to know the anatomy? Yes, I did, without a doubt. So I'm trying. I knew there was right there's a. I did not want to. Where is it? Trying to find the place where the anatomy is. I guess that is the best place right there. It's kind of blurry. I think it's blurry on purpose. So, yeah, there you go. It sort of looks like it's fake to me to a certain degree, but once he does the 360 kind of panorama of the. Oh, there you go. There's the spinal column, I think. What is this? Since it's, well, you can see the right up here. There is a looks like maybe artery for sure. A bunch of different vein architecture, veins and arteries and stuff. I can see big veins in here, which would be appropriate if you were trying to, if this actually was anything. Wait a minute. What is that? That's either the esophagus or a windpipe or trachea or something sticking out. It was black. Don't know. Don't know what the heck that is. So can't see where I'm pointing to on the page. Well, there are some veins which I wish I could see where it's pointing toward. Can't point. It doesn't show a pointer, but if you go up middle of the neck, there you go. Can you see it? Let me see if I can see it. Possibly. Let me see if my pointer. Yeah, there you go. Right here is a vein. Right down here, I think is probably either esophagus, spinal column, or trachea. This might be a trachea too, possibly. But you can see large veins here that kind of look like something. Maybe artery right there. But I would think it's probably an artery because veins usually collapse pretty freaking easy. Veins have muscles that can keep them contracting or opening, constricting or vasodilating, which however you want to look at it from that particular point of view. But yeah, there you go. That is just creepy. But somebody has sent just mentioned, Shelly, you can stick your Windows computer up your butt. I'm gonna keep my Macs, so just to let you know. So there you go. Is that from Peter Kane? Cause it's fake if it is. Posted stuff for comedy. That is from Peter Kane. Yep. If this is fake, it is pretty good fake though. There you go. Anyway, that's something right there at the end of the show. I just wanted to pop in and give some sort of a discussion. He does UFOs and aliens and pigeons and raven husbandry. Raven husbandry. and looking movies. There you go. It'll be interesting to look at. And there is, after consuming hairy man meat, his debilitating hip was not an issue. Energy of the hairy man. Interesting. So, yeah. That's interesting. All right, 931-994-6917. Last call for alcohol. If you want to call in or text me or whatever you want to do. Wow, his face grossed me out. Oh, well, that's cool. I'm here. I'm just doing dishes before work. Okay, that's cool. Actually, I do a lot of my best thinking doing dishes. Believe it or not. Conversations, I can have conversations about what I'm writing about during the day. And I will do my best thinking or consumption of what I'm about ready to write about, putting it all together while I'm doing dishes. Why? I don't know. There's a hair braiding thing. So, hair braiding by Bigfoot. And there's the Norton Wood Booger Festival, which has been put off this year. From what I understand from their Facebook post, next year they're going to be doing this. So if I'm still doing this type of stuff this time next year when this festival comes around, I'll be at that festival for sure. Unless I move totally the frick away, but who knows? We'll see. Or if I'm still alive at that particular point. And recap. If you want your Wear Pup doll, there's a bunch of dolls that you can have from $300 or $150 up to a little over $1,300 for our real, if you can call it realistic, but there you go. And here is the werewolf baby was spotted on a subway over New York City. There's that thing. So somebody probably got a bunch of kicks and giggles out of that one. There's that one. Kind of stuff. Wear a pup. And then the last one of the day. On the other side of the moon, there is artificial building, an alien base. And I actually got reamed out by calling it the dark side of the moon. Should be called far side of the moon, according to one dude that remained nameless. But actually, Carl Sagan called it the dark side of the moon, so I don't feel so left out now since Carl Sagan said it. But apparently this is some buildings on the dark side of the moon, far side of the moon, however you want to look at it. The facing part of the moon that doesn't face Earth whatsoever. So, my wide rectilinear building that was unmistakably constructed and that should not be there, according to the description, was what he observed. Dr. Bradenberg expressed huge anxiety as a member of the Space Defense Group. Since it isn't ours, there's no way we could have created such a device. It implies that someone else is present. So, now, that being said, China has their little robot stuff over there on the other side of the moon. The alien bases on the dark side of the moon, Carl Sagan kind of theorized that there might be something over there. And then you had all those anecdotal stories when we did the moon landings back in the Apollo missions, where they said that they saw, well, there were some recordings that were occurring from the men that were on the moon landings, that they said that they saw something on the rim of a crater that they were in, as they were watching them. I think it was expressed on a medical channel that was private, and that's how they got it across to NASA. So, An observer from the U.S. Air Force visited the National Security Agency, the NSA facility, to learn more about bases on the moon's dark side, the far side. During the testimony before the NPC, the National Press Club in Washington, D.C., Carl, with a K, Wolf, a member of the U.S. Air Force, with a top secret cryptographic clearance. That's a mouthful full. Said that the NSA airmen had told him in 1965 that they had identified a base on the moon's dark side using lunar orbiter photographs that they had obtained. Mosaic depicted the foundation towers, geometric patterns, and radar dishes, spherical buildings, and other large structures, according to Wolf, who claimed to have seen it personally. So, then you get into some alien species, reptilian species at the bottom of this particular article, which I won't get into, but I did see some reptilians in my near-death experience. However you want to look at it from that perspective. And stop screen sharing. There you go. So, here's a link to that particular article from the latest UFO sightings. I actually like that website. I've been following that for a few years anyway. And just got from the New York Post. Let's see. This is the dark side of the moon? Okay. Let's see. Open with. Well, I got to download it. I don't want to show anything too outlandish. Here's a picture of the dark side of the moon. Let's see, share screen. Dark side of the moon is here. And there you go. Picture of the dark side of the moon. The clearest photo of the moon. Well, it's not so clear because it's pixelated all get out once you start going to whatever. But that's pretty. That's mighty fine pretty there. Dark side of the moon. But there you go. I might use that for something else. I kind of like that picture, actually. Casual conversations with GNA. What's going on with you? Didn't say dark side. Far side. All right. Well, far side, dark side. I will say Carl Sagan said far or dark side. So, bleh. Diamonds are overrated, according to Barbie. They are, but they're pretty expensive. Actually, diamonds are pretty. Everybody's probably got a lot of micro diamonds all over their house, believe it or not. Micrometeorite diamonds. So, and I see the rabbit shadow. You do? The rabbit shadow. Oh, yeah. Okay. I see the rabbit shadow. Certainly. So there you go. All right. I got about 11 more minutes. If you want to call in 931-994-6917, text that or send me an email. Not Sean G. My I Am Dark Waters email is offline until I get that reset up. The email server was hacked. Had to move the servers around. So let's see. Do I have any other? Let's see. Got a Reddit. UAP independent study key points. Well, you could have sent that to me a little bit earlier than an hour ago. But that's all right. So once humans can recreate it in labs, it becomes obsolete as far as so's importance. Maybe that's why U.S. got off of gold standard. Gold standard. No, I think what happened was they wanted to make sure that we had the petrol dollar. The money was backed by petrol, by oil. by and large, that's what happened. The gold standard, I think that's probably one of the reasons why JFK was assassinated, but that's just me out there. All this scuttlebutt about maybe he was about ready to disclose that aliens were among us. I kind of think that was kind of the cream of the crop, maybe. Kind of pie in the sky kind of stuff. But I think it was where he was trying to switch us over to gold standard, back to the gold standard, was probably one of the main reasons, if not, part of the myriad of reasons that JFK was assassinated. Now, I was watching some Colonel Corso videos. His son actually put a little blurb. I was back from 2009. He was doing a series of interviews about his books, his dad's book, actually. Said that he was face-to-face meeting with powers that be, said, do not talk about the JFK assassination. At that time in 2009, I think this interview was, maybe a little bit earlier, there was 50 people still alive on this planet that could rip open that entire scenario that they put out. Per Jim Mars, no, JFK and Lincoln both shot in head and public because of bank system. Yep. I about guarantee it had to do with money and that gold standard, because JFK was a promoter of switching back to the gold standard. Now, the other thing is do we have any gold left in the United States of any kind of substantial amounts? Now, there's some videos and pictures of where they transfer from gold by robots into different vaults and stuff. But I kind of wonder where the heck that is actually located. I don't know. Weird chat just went done. Okay. TC, I'm glad to see you. I ain't seen you in one of my chats in a while. Pretty cool seeing you there. Let's see. Anything else that's left over? But oh, okay, Matthew. If you want to call in, go right ahead. Call in, brother. Matthew from Strange Accounts just sent me a text message that he's probably going to call in 931-994-6917. And I keep, ooh, that's a cool picture there for sure. And let's see, let me get it ready so I can get this going on here and pop this open. Seriously, what is going on with this? Am I still live? That's the next thing. Yep, I'm still live. Okay, there we go. Let me unshare this. Stop sharing screen. So, Matthew from Strange Encounters Podcast. Yep, he said he's going to call in. He called me after Saturday's show. We talked for a good long while. I'm not exactly sure, but I was a guest on his show, and he's invited me to come back on his show again to talk about my near-death experience. That is the text a number. Okay, I'll text you the number. Hold on just a second. 931. There you go. Let's see. Just watch the WEF videos on YouTube. They're not hiding what they're doing. Okay. Not exactly sure what that means, TC. Could you pop at those links to YouTube on my Discord server? I'd like to see those. Well, I said hello to you a couple times there, TC, but hello back to you again. There you go. And let's see, I see pareidolia all the time, like in the woods, carpets, clothes, and clothes hampers. And in the static on TV screens. back when they actually had static. So, howdy, howdy, howdy. Coins, cash, crypto, credit, like all the other someone else's puppy performing tricks for master equals money. What links? All right, we've got Matthew on second. Just a second, Matthew. Let me get you popped in here. All right, you're live on the air, Matthew.
You're good. Can you hear me? Am I coming in pretty good?
Absolutely. What's going on with you, brother?
Oh man, getting off work, so I thought I'd drop right in the last few minutes and just see how's everything going. I haven't been able to follow too much, just here and there.
Oh, that's cool. Well, how did your work day go? Pretty good.
Oh yeah. No complaints. So I think what we were gonna talk about was the last thing we had stepped off in that conversation. We had talked about was the levels, right? We had talked about the levels and heaven. I think from your near-death experience, and then I don't want to talk too much. Go ahead.
About the levels in heaven that I saw. Yeah, I saw a few of them. Yeah, the gates.
I don't want to go too much into that.
Yeah, the gates that I saw.
Right. Yeah. I know that's going to be on kind of what we'll be talking about on the next time I have you on. But what I was going to talk about, if you wanted to elaborate a little bit on, was you talked about with this 150-year.
I've only put that out to a handful of people, and you're one of them that I've actually talked to.
Do you? If you want to, we can save that. We don't even have to even go into that.
Oh, hold on just a second. Let me get the correct date, and I'll tell you the correct date. 2/1. Because when I saw the date, after I looked, I had visions of the future, folks, with my near-death experience, and I had such, crap. Let's see, 2022. Find it real quick so I can find the exact
date. If you want to, while you're looking for that, you want me to kind of give you a little rundown on my paranormal experience? And
sure, go right ahead. Go right ahead.
About my paranormal experience. So now that everybody knows, they can know, go out live. So this happened back in around like 2008 to 2009. I was working for in Louisiana in the Lafayette Parish Jail. I was a correctional officer there, and I was on the night shift. So in that facility, they have there's like several floors. There's like 5 floors, and I was on number 4. And each floor has between 100 to 200 inmates. And at that time that I was working, I was by myself. So everybody was on lockdown. Everybody was in bed. All the lights were off. And to kind of give you a little idea of how the layout was, is that you have a hallway and it would be A and B hallway. So on the left would be A, on the right would be B, and then you have a C and D hallway, an E and F. And then there's this middle common area, which is where the offices were, and that's kind of where we were housed.
Okay.
So I was doing rounds, and as I was doing my rounds, I had looked down A and B hallway. And to kind of give perspective, the doors that are between each pod are really, really heavy. They can only be unlocked and locked by master control. So every time we try to go into a pod, we'd have to press a button and wait for master control to let us in. And then when we left, the same thing. You had to press a button, master control let you out. So they're really, really heavy doors, and they make a loud kind of clank noise when you're closing them and opening them. So as I was walking past this hallway, the A&B hallway, I saw what looked like to be a white figure, right? It looked to be male. He was wearing the black and white uniform. Now, at that facility at that time, we were not using black and white. We were using like orange and black. So it didn't set on me the difference that until later on. But as I was walking past the hallway, I saw this figure go from the left to the right, to the right, and he walked fluidly, like he was gliding. And I don't remember ever seeing his feet. I do, or his legs. I do remember seeing the top half of him just kind of glide across. I remember seeing his face. It was definitely a male, and I thought at that time when I saw that, I thought an inmate was out. So I done ran down that hallway, and when I got down to the hallway to where he was, all the lights are off, right? The lights are off in the pod. I had master control, turn on the lights, asked them if anybody had unlocked those doors, and they were like, no one's been in there. I'm looking in them. Everybody's asleep, and I didn't hear any loud noises of the doors opening or closing. So at that time, I was just like, that's weird. Okay, whatever. So morning came. I end up talking to one of my FTOs, field training officer, and she was a older lady, and I had asked her, I was like, hey, is this still haunted? And she was like, oh, sweetie, what did you see? And I was like, and I told her what I saw. She goes, oh yeah, people see that all the time. I was like, what? And now as an adult, if I would have seen it as an adult, I'd have been like, I'd be contemplating a new job career. But I remember at that time, it didn't even faze me. It didn't even faze me.
Really? Are you there? No.
That is my paranormal account of seeing a apparition. And what I remember, and I do remember he was transparent. I do remember seeing through him. But at the time, it didn't dawn on me that was a spirit, someone that was still there. At that time, I was thinking like maybe that was an inmate that had died or something, and he was still trapped there. That was kind of my mind at that time.
Huh. That is interesting. The date is somewhere in 2100 plus, probably 2190 something. I have to go back and look because my notes for that frickin' I don't know, something happened. My notes for that particular thing that I did when I saw that just was erased. So I'll have to go back and look that up.
And which is fine. We can delve into that later on, and I can have you on, and we can dig in that another time when you have all your paperwork. I didn't mean to drop that on you.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. Actually, I needed to find that out so I'll have something to do tomorrow that's actually constructive.
Now, I do have I got two more incidents I can talk to you about. I got one more, which is it didn't really happen to me. It was more of that happened to my kind of family, like my parents. So,
okay,
if you want me to go into that, I can go into that.
Sure.
So this was, man, I think I was like in my young teenager years. My parents were. This is also in Louisiana. They had purchased. They were in the process of buying this home out in the country, right? And the person that they were in the process of buying it from was a widow. Her husband, they used to be Catholic missionaries, and he had passed. We learned out later that he had passed away in the house. Okay, and he had passed away in the bedroom. Like apparently, the story was he was out mowing, came inside, said he wasn't feeling well, laid down, and had a heart attack and died.
Really?
So that was the story. Yeah, that was the story of that, of that house. So in that house, I didn't feel very, very comfortable. I always felt like something was watching me, and so that the owner of the house said to my family if they wanted to take anything from the house because it was still kind of furnished. We could. So all of his old things were up in the attic, right? That is where they were, and we're gonna come back to that in a minute. So my mother was cooking, I guess, like chicken and dumplings, and she had a family crock pot, right? It was a silver crock pot. I don't remember what it was made out of, but it's been in the family for a long time. So she was cooking at that time, and you have to think about it. They've been cooking with this for years, no incidents, nothing. On this day, it decided to explode. Out of the blue, it exploded, and my mom was like right there as she was cooking. So this exploded onto her. All the hot, juices of what she was cooking was on her. She ended up getting burned, but not as bad as you would think it would. But my father was like, there's something wrong with this house. He goes, take that pot, go out there and destroy it. So me as a young kid, I was like, okay. So I went out and destroyed it. Also, after that, they didn't have any more incidences other than when they slept that night in that master bedroom, the dogs would refuse to go into the bathroom at night. They would stand outside the bathroom and growl into the bathroom. So I believe animals can see things that humans cannot see, just like I believe that children can see things that adults can't see because their mind is still young. Their mind has not been kind of like, to them, their imagination is still, it's as adults, we haven't been able to like tell them, hey, that's not real. As a kid, you're open to everything. You're easily influenced. You're taking what your parents are telling you. So on that note, I think the dogs were seeing his spirit still in the house, right?
Right.
So it ended up the house ended up falling through. Okay, apparently, she decided she didn't want to sell it. All of a sudden, after I think being there for a couple of months, she decided she didn't want to sell it. So my parents had to move out. She wanted to move back in. So as they were in the process of moving out, I did not know at this time that my parents had taken some things from the house. So could go past, let's say a couple of years go by. It's like I wasn't living with them at the time. I'm now older, living on my own. They're like having issues, like they can't seem to catch a break. It's like the car is breaking down. This is breaking down. Can't hold down the job. Can't just think for. And it dawned on me. I called my parents up and I said, hey, I could be wrong, but and maybe you didn't maybe it should be, but I feel like I said, did you take anything from that house? And my parents are like, I don't think so. I was like, really think hard. Did you take anything that belongs to the house? I don't care if it's something the smallest little knickknack or anything. Did you take anything from that house? And my mom goes, yo, wait, I think we did. I think we took a few little knickknacks. And I told them, I said, do me a favor, throw those out. Get rid of them now. I said, because I believe his spirit is still attached. His entity, whatever you want to call it, his essence is still attached to those items.
Really?
I don't think you were supposed to take those items. I said, do me a favor, throw those out and get rid of them. I have a feeling that he's doing this. So crazy thing is, they end up throwing those away, threw out those items. Guess what happened?
What?
Everything went back to normal. Like they started being able to, cars weren't breaking down. It's like the good luck, if you want to call it, came back.
Well, that's cool.
Good vibes came back. And so I take that incident to me, and I'm like, see, going down the whole path of that entities, like us as humans, I think if we hold on to worldly possessions, when we die, I feel like you can get trapped here because you don't want to let go for whatever reason. You want to hold on to this life so much that when you die, you trap yourself. That's kind of of what I think happened to him. He didn't want to let go of his worldly things, and he was trapped, and he couldn't move on. So whoever tried to get that house, he wasn't going to let them have it, and that's why I think the vine fell through. That's why I think the issues that they had in that house was because of him. He didn't want them there. He didn't want us there.
Wow. That's one of the reasons why I don't generally, accept anything. Somebody wants to say, "Hey, I'd like to send you something in the mail or whatever." I generally don't allow that, and just because I know crap gets attached to it.
Right.
So
no, and I don't blame. I'd be very, very cautious about accepting stuff from people, because just like you had told me about stuff being put in the house and bad, kind of like vibes and bad energy coming from that house until it was gotten rid of. And once you got rid of it, things stopped happening in your house. So I take that experience, and I believe that 100%, that there's evil can be attached to things.
oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, there was
Now,
well, I can't go. I decided never to talk about it again. So there was something that I'll just leave it at that. There was something I found that I got rid of, and it brought this house calm as a cucumber for over a month now. So month and a half actually.
Right.
So
which I'm glad that everything is going good well now, and has been for a month. Now, the last story, I can go into the last one. This one is different. This one, I'd say, is a time loss. This is what I experienced, and this was recently. So the time loss, this happened back in like 2020, and so at that time, it was me and a partner. We were in a work vehicle, and we were going from point A to point B, as I can say. And then what we were doing is that I was delivering something from point A to point B. And I'd taken the same route every day. I've been doing it for a while. I knew how long it was going to take me, and I knew the route that the GPS was going to take me. I've been using it and memorizing I knew exactly where I was going. I even knew my surroundings, like the houses I passed. Like there's a mountain of dirt over here. There's a cornfield, because this was out in the sticks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So me and my partner are traveling to point A, and as we are, the GPS said, "Hey, it normally takes like 45 minutes to get. It takes you 45 minutes to get there." And so the GPS at this time said, "Hey, you're 25 minutes out." And this was roughly around like 3:20 in the afternoon. So me and my partner are talking. We're talking about, I can't remember what we were talking about, but my partner goes, "Hey, hold up. Didn't we just pass this house?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Yes, we just passed this house." Wait a minute, we just passed that huge pile of dirt. He's like, "Are you driving in circles?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not driving in circles." I said, "I'm looking at the GPS. Nothing. It hasn't routed me." I said, "We're traveling the same road. I always travel." He's like, "No, what are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm not doing nothing." I looked at the time, all right, on the GPS, and it said I'm 45 minutes out now. And then, on top of that, it says it is now 4:20 instead of 3:20.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about this last time I was with you. Yeah, that was a freaky. So both of you and your partner had no clue what happened with that missing time.
Nope. With that missing time, he was like, "There's no way we're right back to where we started, and there's no way it's been an hour." He was like, "No, I don't know." He's like, "What is going on?" And I was like, I have no idea. We were quiet the entire 45 minutes back. We were quiet.
Cow.
He didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to say. We just kind of, let me just tell you, it was a quick ride all the way back. We just kind of like, later on, I kind of joked with him, and, this is like right when the hype of COVID was happening. And I had told him, I said, "Hey, what if it's just a theory later on,
All right.
a year or two later, I said, hey, what if we went through a kind of like slip in a parallel universe? Like we slipped through, there was the veil was thin, we went through it. And in this timeline, there's COVID. But in our original timeline, there's not. And he was like, don't be saying that. I don't want to hear that. He was like, if that's true, we're going to go back, find that like portal or a veil, and go right back to our timeline. But I just thought that was kind of a funny joke around. But he didn't want to he didn't want to think about that being a possible theory. He was like, nope, I don't want to talk about it no more. And so I've kept that to myself, and only a few people now your group knows about it. But yeah, so those are my experiences. Some paranormal and a time loss that happened recently to me, and I knew that someone had asked me. They're like, hey, was there a UFO? And I'm like, no. I said, I know where you're going. You're trying to go the route of like, if maybe you were abducted. I'm like, well, I would think most of the encounters that I've heard, they saw a ship, they saw a craft, they saw something, and then they lost time. I saw nothing. It was the middle of the afternoon. It was I think it was a cloudy day. There was no, I didn't see anything during that time, and I don't think either did he. So.
Wow. So did anybody around you besides you and your partner, anybody around you notice anything different about that timeline or anything whatsoever? Like your wife at the time, did she say anything about it, or anybody that's associated with either one of you?
Now that I think about it, I don't think that's a good question. I've never really thought about, was there something different? Like, was there something slightly different? Like with my wife, did she act a little different? I don't remember anything changing too crazily, that I can think of at this time. I feel like you got me on that one. I don't
remember.
Comes
okay.
to my mind.
Yeah, well, that's cool.
Yeah, nothing comes to my mind on it that anything would change. So I could like compare and be like, hey, I remember this.
Right.
Now this is different, So I don't know.
That'd be interesting. You
think about it.
Yeah, you raised the what if we were in a different timeline and the timeline we just came from, or whatever, COVID wasn't a thing. Now, it kind of raises the question, well, what was there a change in anything whatsoever?
Right.
So, who knows?
Who knows? Agreed. I mean, if something comes up, I'll definitely let you know.
All right.
If I can remember something.
Well, that's cool. Well, I'll have to get with you about setting up another time to do another recording with you.
Yes, indeed.
Yep. Indeed. And then I'll try to research that future date, what I piecemealed together from the visual clues I remember seeing in the vision. And I'll definitely have that up and running. I know I've got it written. I think it's probably part of the book or part of one of the books. I've got it written. I definitely got it written down in the book format somewhere. But have to get with that.
Awesome. Well, I look forward to our next interview and talking. So,
all right. Yep. Well, Matthew, I'm going to hop off here and call this a show. I appreciate you calling in, brother.
No problem. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right. Talk to you later.
Talk to you later, man.
Bye. All right. Strange Encounters host, podcaster, Matthew, which I did one complete show with him probably a few weeks ago. And we're going to be a part of the show again, talk about my near-death experience. But I think I'm done for the night. Wow. Thank you to Marie, who's a ham operator that I did not know about. I've known Marie for a good 5 years plus. Easy. I've been friends with her since before I did podcasting. So, yeah, there you go. But let's go ahead and say the prayer. Lord Jesus Christ, now, Lord, mercy, establish perimeter protection around myself and all my listeners and those who are participated or will listen to this show, and all our loved ones, those who pray for us and their loved ones. May the holy angels guard us and all our possessions, establishing a perimeter protection around us, rendering us immune from any kind of demonic influence. Asking that no demonic bondage, door, demonic entity, portal, astral projection, or disembodied spirit may enter the space of 100 yards in all directions of us. Ask that any demons within the vicinity or any that should try to enter here be rendered deaf, dumb, and blind, that thou would strip them of any power, weapons, armor, illusions, and authority, that thou would bind, rebuke, and disable them from communicating or interacting with each other in any way. Remove them, sending them directly to the foot of thy cross, Jesus, Son of the Most High. Please, dear God, send your angels of mercy, healing, and support to Shelley and Aiden, Amanda and Robert Quigley, Gracie, Julie and Jeff, Sharon Guy, Patrick, Brenda, Julie S., Aaron and Erica, Lakea, AJK, Claire Ellis, Doll for spiritual strength. Send your angels of support as the family of Razor Wolf Raymond acclimatize themselves to Razor passing away today. Please, dear God, bless each and every one of us, or those that have unspoken of prayers. You know them more than I will ever know them. Bless each and every one of them. In Jesus Christ's name, amen. All right, folks, I believe I'm done for the evening. Thank you for sharing your evening with me on this Wednesday, August 17th. It's 11:23 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully everybody will have a good rest of the week. Saturday, I'll be back. You never know, I might wind up doing another one. Who knows? Between now and Saturday or Sunday. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But I appreciate each and every one of you. God bless you. And I will try to keep you abreast. I've been doing the writing, like I said before, for about 100, I think it was 192 or 93 days. The strange thing is I hadn't been keeping up since I quit doing the daily postings over on my community page, but I was reminded of it to the day 2 days ago when I drank. And that was just one of those weird things that I was like, really? Seriously? And I looked it up and I was like, yep. So anyway, that being said, God bless each and every one of you. You can reach out to me Sean G at iamdarkwaters.com will be back up and running. Hopefully in the next couple of days as I get with DW. Apparently the server got smacked down with a bunch of stuff. So you can use my Gmail account, chasingthetruth2018 at gmail.com. You can hit me up there if you want to, or 931-994-6917. You can call me or text me, either way you want to. And hold on just a second. Let's go ahead and pop at Discord. If you want to be a part of the Discord server, let me get the Discord link there. Free to join, free to download. A bunch of wacky, intelligent, open-minded people over there on my Discord channel. They love to talk about anything from food to you name it. The sky's the limit. But, kind of keep it PG-13 over there. The bots don't like bad language. I've already got them programmed to kind of say, nope, don't do that no more. But other than that, God bless y'all. I hope y'all have a great remaining Wednesday and remaining Thursday and Friday. I'll see you Saturday night. And we definitely miss Razor Wolf Raymond. And absolutely, he was a wonderful friend. Great man. I second every word that Lisa Ray has just said. Miss you, Razor Wolf, so long from now. See you sooner than later. You're a great man and a wonderful friend. And I can't say anything whatsoever more than that. He was just one of those special souls. As soon as you started talking to him, you knew you were talking to somebody that you wouldn't run across again, other than with him. But his journey here has ended. But definitely something that I will see him again, definitely, without a doubt. But God bless y'all. I'll see you next Saturday for sure. Maybe between now and then, you might see me on a live stream, or I might do another live stream here. But God bless y'all, and I'll see you later. Keep it between the mayonnaise and mustard, folks.